of cereal, and I have my clove tea, and I just rolled one. Oh, yeah, I just rolled one. So for the first time, actually. I usually use a roller, but I did it. I mean, it's not really pretty, but I still did it. I still did it, okay? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. This New Year, I've been pondering on how I can make subtle shifts and the main shift I think that I'd like to do, or that I will be doing, well, first, I'm making a huge shift. Again, I'm moving abroad in literally this month, actually. This month I'm going abroad, so at the end of the month. Super exciting. But I've also wanted to transition into that time subtly, because I feel like there is a lot of cycles that need to come to a close, and they have not closed yet. Just because the calendar year is over does not mean this year is really over. And I think a lot of death cycles haven't closed fully. I feel like I've been improving a lot when it comes down to things in this year that I've held on to, or traits that I've held on to. So I just need everything to come to a full closure before I go hard. But I have made small commitments. Well, I literally started this week, but I don't want to give up on it, you know? So I've done this before and I've fallen off so many times, but I feel like, considering I'm going abroad soon, I feel like I'm gonna be able to keep this up. I don't know why going abroad makes it seem like I can, but I think I can. I feel like it's just gonna be so, I believe I can, I know I can. It's just gonna be a new vibe, new me, new vibe, new life, you know? And I'm tired of like trying to make commitments and not making it happen. Like, it should happen because I said it's gonna happen. And the only way that can happen is if you show up in smaller actions. So example, my keyboard. My mom got me a keyboard for Christmas for my iPad. I'm going to continue writing on my script that I'm working on right now. You know, I did it for a class. You know, I'm glad I did this. I'm so smart. I'm glad I did this because I feel like if I didn't, this would have went nowhere. But I did have a short idea that I came up with, like, I think maybe a year ago, maybe over a year ago. And for all my classes, I decided to write that script. Well, especially for my screenwriting class, I had I forgot what type of screenwriting it was, but I think it was advanced screenwriting. I don't know. I look like I'm glistening. I do have oil on my face, but anyways, bro, where did my, oh, it's right there. Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm going to commit to this script and I'm going to continue writing on it. And now I have 35 pages in. 35 pages. 30 pages was due for my class, and I took a break. You know, it was after winter break. Well, it was winter break. We're still on winter break. Even at my primary school, they're still on winter break. We have long winter break. I love that. But I'm like, I'm not gonna stop writing because I'm on winter break. Because at the end of the day, we're going to a whole different country. You're gonna be working on something completely different. You're not even gonna be following the curriculum that you usually do at school. And even if you were at school, you have to do a whole different script writing class that's on a whole different topic. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just write at least a page a night, a page a day, at least. Even if I don't write that, that's fine. If I need something to stimulate me, I'm gonna write a bedtime story. Before that, I was writing bedtime stories every night. Just to make me write, just to get my brain going, just to get my brain moving and writing. And it doesn't matter what the fuck I wrote, it doesn't matter if it didn't make fucking sense. I just wrote. I mean, that's all you can do, and that will make you a better writer. That will make you better at anything you do. And I kind of had a pep talk with myself the other night, because I was like, okay, you're really good at consistency and action, like, and things that require action. Like working out is one thing I'm really good with. Meditating, I'm really good on that. Yoga, I've been really good on that. I was surprised with that, because that was one thing where I kept falling off of, and I don't know what stuck, but it just stuck. It just stuck. It started to stick. Instead, I started doing yoga before I did meditation. Now I'm going back the other way around, because I feel like I lack in one sometimes, and I feel like I was lacking in my meditation, and like, obviously it's not how good you meditate. It's really just a matter of being there. And I feel like I've started to grow this understanding, like, even if I am thinking, even if there's so much going on, I still feel like I practiced today, because I did. And maybe it didn't go the way I wanted it to go or intended it to go, but it still went. I still sat there. I didn't get up. I didn't stop. I just stayed there, Anyways, so I'm like, yeah, I'm good with physical things. I'm good with physically doing things, and like literally like, these are my habits now. And I'm like, you just have to make writing a habit. You just have to make it a habit. And honestly, working on this story, I feel like, towards the end, I was like, okay, I have to at least do a page a day, because I didn't want to rush through it. I had like 15 pages done. We had 30 pages due. And I was like, I cannot do 15 pages in one sitting, because usually I will do that. Usually I will wait till the last minute, and then I'm like, okay, let's power through. That is not the way to do shit at all. Especially when it comes to writing, because you want your work to be quality. And especially with this story, I need my work to be quality. I love it too much for it not to be quality. So I'm glad I picked this story to like continue on, because this is one piece that I would always go back to. Mind you, I started off writing that, I only wrote like 2 pages of it. 2 pages. 2 were like 4 pages, and I was like, it was just one night where sometimes as a writer, you get in these modes where, especially having like writer's block and stuff, you might not write shit for a long time, and then one night it just clicks, and you just go into some sort of flow mode, and you're like just writing, not even thinking about it, just like, this is an amazing idea, and that's I guess the singular thought before everything starts going. So yeah, and I was like, honestly, I just need to do this shit, and I'm really happy with what I've had so far. Like, I see a future for this piece. Even if it doesn't make a future, I don't want to have like my expectations so sky high. It's going to be a future for me. Once I finish this script, I'm going to make a short film out of a piece of the script, but I want the whole story done. I want to finish the whole story. And yeah, it's been a lot of like figuring out and ups and downs, and just like piecing together what needs to be pieced together. And my professors helped a lot. I actually wanted criticism from my professors. And this whole semester, yeah, I chose to work on this one story, and I had different assignments for every class, which was like pitch deck, this, and it all helps for the culmination. Honestly, like, I've done more work on this than I have done on any piece ever. Doing freaking pitch decks is amazing. Imagine when I want to pitch this and I already have something there. Obviously I'm gonna change it for sure, but like, once I already have everything there, all my details filled in, I can just go back, revise it, and I already have some idea. Like, this is already manifested. In other words, it's already manifested. It's already here. Yeah. So the commitment I decided to make is to write a single page every day. If I don't, like the other night, I didn't know what to start with. I've low-key just been winging this script too. Like I had everything down from what I wanted to happen in the beginning, and then when it came to my main character, I have like kind of like a prologue, kind of. Not real. I wouldn't say it's a prologue, but I guess it is a prologue. It kind of gives you some background info on what my character is going to start to endure. And my main character, Noah, his name's Noah. And yeah, now I'm kind of flowing with Noah. I'm trying to get to know Noah a little bit more. It's a little weird because it's like I have an idea of the villain basically, and that's kind of where I started. So I guess they do that a lot in the horror movies where they kind of show you the monster, but in my case it doesn't really seem like he does seem like a monster, but he's a person, you know. And we don't meet Noah at all in the beginning, so yeah, now I'm kind of like figuring Noah out as a person, and his journey, and how his journey connects back to this villain and what lesson he's trying to learn through this. So yeah, I've kind of just been winging it so far. Like everything I've written, it's just kind of winging it. And last night I was just like, okay, well I at least have to, what do I have at least? I at least have to like come to some sort of culmination, and I feel like we're getting in that direction already. I feel like I've already taken him, I'm raising the stakes, I've taken him somewhere where I think all the stakes are going to be raised and everything's going to be resolved in this area. So I'm like, okay, I kind of have an idea of a resolution. Now second act is so hard to write. It's so hard to write because so much shit is going on, you know. That's the part where you got to get everybody interested in your story. Everybody got to be like game, like, oh, like what's gonna happen with Noah, and what's you know, like what else is gonna happen, you know. So yeah, obviously this is gonna take hella fucking revisions and shit like that. I mean, you know, it's the life of being a writer. I feel like I've fought this for so long. I came into college off bat just picking screenwriting as my major. I don't even know because I wanted to direct. You know, there's not many directing programs. If there is a directing program, it has to be within the film industry, but screenwriting was a major, and I just picked it. I know it's such a risky major to pick. It's such a risky major to pick. I signed up to be a struggling screenwriter, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't even know what my plan is. Let's not talk about that, okay? I don't want to talk about my plan and what I'm gonna be doing. All I know is that I want to work at a studio. At least I want to become a writer's assistant, or I've honestly been saying I've been wanting to be a writer's assistant, and they say like once you become a writer's assistant, you're good from there. But I heard it's hard to get even that job, but I guess we'll see. Anyways, yeah, so where was I? Oh yeah, I came into college just picking screenwriting fresh out the gate. Some impulsive shit. I'm just such an impulsive person. Sometimes I just do shit without thinking. And I've had such a love-hate relationship with screenwriting, but I've stuck to it, and I've stuck to this passion since I was a kid. I don't know if it's like me holding on to that little kid in me, but I honestly don't know what else I would do. I genuinely don't know what else I would do. Like, I do want to travel and maybe like write, do a journal. I know people write, or like traveling writers and stuff, and do like, I just don't like that writing. I like creating stories. I do like creating stories. I think it's so cool how I like the specifics of how a film can bring you into a story. You know, I like watching stories because it's like a memory, you know? So I don't think I could ever write a book. Like maybe I could, or like a small novel or something. Yeah, I definitely like reading books too that are like sci-fi, horror. I love the suspense. That's what I want to write. That's what I'm writing. It's not a sci-fi, but I do love sci-fis too. I just love the suspense. I love how you can lure an audience into suspense with starting off with words and then you make it into a fucking film. Like, I'm sorry, is that not incredible? I think that's pretty incredible. So yeah. Yeah, and I feel like script writing is very unique. It's very, very, very unique. I do like whenever I tell people like, oh yeah, I'm a screenwriter, they're like, oh my god, that's so cool. Every time they're like, oh my god, that is such a cool major. Yeah, but it's very niche. It's very niche. But in writing, it's just such a commitment. It requires so much patience. And honestly, I do think it's for me because I think in this lifetime, I'm supposed to be discovering patience. Because in the household I have, we're very impatient people, very reactive people, and even with meditation and all of that, like, I need to be patient. Now, I feel like with writing, you need to be patient, one, but you also have to meet deadlines too. So it's so interesting, but I feel like as long as you keep generating content every day, it's not hard. There might be a deadline 3 months down the line, and that was literally for my script writing class. It was a deadline for 3 months. I didn't start writing until like, well, I guess technically our deadline was like in a month or 2 months, because I don't think many people started writing until later. Me neither. But it's like being aware of those deadlines and knowing that you actually do have to meet a deadline, but you still get a block of time to do that. And it can be very stressful, but it's also learning patience when it comes to your writing, when it comes to how something comes out or how you may perceive it. Yeah, I kind of wanted to make a point of me going about screenwriting fresh out the gate. But yeah, I think in this lifetime I'm supposed to learn patience, and writing has taught me so much patience. It really has. It has taught me that just because something gets hard, you can't give up. And that was one thing that I always did when I was a kid. Even recently, but no, not recently. Not too much. But as a kid, I used to join clubs a lot. I used to have dance class. I used to have every fucking class in the book. I would quit everything. I think I knew that I didn't like it, but the reason I would quit was because I wasn't good at it immediately. And that was my problem. I didn't have patience. I didn't have patience to learn a skill. Like, not everybody is just magically good at something. Like, it just does not work that way. People actually have to learn over time to perfect things, and even then you're not perfecting anything because perfection is fake. And again, I've been a perfectionist through my life, trying to let that go, and screenwriting has really taught me to just keep going. Something might be hard, it might be a whole problem that you don't know how to fix. Talk to someone, go take a walk, do something, think it through, or take a break. Sometimes you just really need to take a 5-minute break to digest your thoughts and watch an idea comes to you. That's what I've really learned. Like, every time I struggle on like what should happen next, I either say my thoughts out loud, I take a break, and bam, I'm right back to it. I'm like, okay, this is what's gonna happen. All right, this makes sense. How can this make sense? How does this fit? Like, it's not that hard. You really just have to work through it, and again, you have to have patience. So yeah, honestly, I've never explained screenwriting like that, and explaining it like that just confirms that this is the route I'm supposed to take. And travel, of course. Traveling is like one of my top goals too, and I've been doing that. I don't want to wait to travel. I want to be young and travel. I want to be old and travel. I want to be in my mid-life and travel. I want to travel all over the world. I want to see everything. I want to experience cultures. I want to learn languages now. I just want to learn. And yeah. Cheers to screenwriting. Cheers to writing. Cheers to writers. I feel like writers don't get as much recognition, especially in the film realm. Like, I feel like some way, I don't know, maybe it's just like amongst people, but just know writers are fucking amazing. Directors are too. Directing is a lot. Everybody on the crew is amazing. It takes so many people to make a film. It really does. From PAs to grips to, it's just so much that goes into play when it comes to production. Oh my god, it's a fat ass bee. When it comes to like post-production. Oh, please get away from me, please. Pre-production and post-production. Pre-production? Please get away from me. Okay. There's a lot that goes into play, and I feel like it needs to be acknowledged more, especially writers. I think writers are amazing. Coming up with freaking ideas out of your noggin and just writing a whole book, writing a whole script, like, it's amazing. It's amazing. Also, I do want to work in writers' rooms too. I don't really want to write stop on the wall. I don't really want to write TV shows, but I do want to have the experience of working with another writer, because two minds are better than one, I think. Sometimes as long as like visions are respected in it and we kind of just play off each other, I'll be like, damn, wait, that's a fire ass idea. But sometimes I feel like that might bring some struggles when you're like, I don't really like that, but I'm gonna say it, you know. But I'm like, well, it might make sense though. Anyways, yeah, writing has taught me patience, and I think that's my life's journey, is to learn patience and to learn to just be and let go and let the moment move through me and learn flow. This writing has definitely brought me into flow, and it's brought me into forcing myself to do it sometimes. You know, there's not going to be, every day is not perfect. Every day is not going to be, oh my god, I wrote so much today. No, like, one day it might be like, I barely wrote anything, nor did I actually write, actually. Get away from and it's a matter of showing up for something every day, even when you don't fucking feel like it. Or doing the bare minimum, even when you don't feel like it. Just the barest minimum. Even if you write a word, if you sat down, wrote maybe a sentence, that's fine. So, learning patience with myself, learning patience with my work is what I'm learning throughout my whole life. I just know it. I just know it is. And especially through this year, I feel like I'm gonna be learning patience, and that good things take patience, good things take time, and I just have to be patient when it comes down to it. If I don't feel like doing it, I'ma still write a fucking sentence. I'ma still write a sentence. And that's my mindset now. I don't need to always write a page. I don't have to even write a half a page. If I don't feel like it and I'm not really feeling well, but I'm still trying to show up, I'm gonna at least write a fucking sentence. Or a word. Or a fucking sentence. Anyways, thanks for joining me for my TED Talk. This is Comfy Reflections and Realizations, and this was just about writing and I guess my life journey. What is yours? What goals are you setting for this year? What have you learned this year? Because let's still talk about what we learned too. And what is going to be the driving force in your life this year that's going to teach you the most? What do you think will be that? Yeah. Bye.